which ones are going to make the most bang for my buck. If I have to take time out of my day to make a video or test a product or review a product, I'm going to be much wiser if I do it on these high ticket items that are going to... Today is October 2nd. We just finished up the month of September with the Amazon Influencer Program, and this video is going to be a report. A lot to discuss, right? Everybody's losing their mind. There's so much volatility. I've got some interesting data here, and that's what I want to mainly share in this video. So I'm going to go over my normal metrics, how many videos I added, kind of my clicks, my earnings, and stuff like that. But then I dove deep into my data, okay? And that's what I really want to kind of share, because it kind of gave me some insight, and that's what I want to share with you guys and encourage you to dive into your data so that you're working smarter, not harder, all right? So stick with me in this video, make it a little dorky or nerdy as we dive into the data, but that's where the truth lies, right? So that's what we want to look into. All right, guys, got my coffee here. We're ready to get started. So real quick refresher, in case you're new here, I started the Amazon Influencer Program in late February, okay? So you can see that was my very first month, but I got approved at the very end of the month. I had no views and only 2 clicks, didn't make any money. It was literally like February 26th. So technically my first month with the program would have been in March, okay? So March to September, that means that we are now in month 7, right here, September. So let me open up a couple of these and let's take a look, all right? So for September, I was able to create 65 new videos to add to my Amazon Influencer storefront. So that brings my total count here up to 760 videos. Now, total views. This is something that you have to check right on your Amazon storefront dashboard, and you have to look at the previous 30 days. It's that number up there at the top. So mine was 99,687. I've been hanging right around that 100,000 view mark over the past few months since I've started tracking it here. All right, and what did that equal in clicks? We're looking at 30,232 clicks. That's when somebody actually clicks to watch a video. Doesn't mean they buy. That's just a click. Now, a couple of the other data points that I've been tracking. This is what I want to share with you guys. What I've done here is I've downloaded the reports. So if you go to download reports at the top of your Amazon Influencer profile, you can select the date range. You select it for the full month, September 1 through 30, and you can download an Excel report of every single product you've sold, the ASIN, how much your commission was, and you can manipulate that Excel sheet, right, to filter it so that you can get some more data off of it. And that's what I've done down here, and that's kind of what I want to get into. So of those 30,232 clicks, that led to a total of 4,325 transactions, okay? That's when somebody actually made a purchase, right, as a result of those 30,000 clicks. So you can actually filter on there and determine where are those clicks coming from, right? What is the source of those clicks? Let me move this down a little bit. There you go, so you guys can see that. So I'll open this one up here, and we can see here that 2,245 of my clicks, right, of my 4,325 clicks came from desktop. 52%, okay? So there's a lot of discussion in the influencer community over desktop versus phone videos or horizontal versus vertical. You can see here that over half of my total transaction came from desktop clicks. So same thing, we can go here and open this one up, and this is going to show us phone, right? So 26% of my transactions came from phone clicks. Now, does that mean the phone clicks were actually from the Inspire app, or does that mean that they were just maybe purchased on the phone through a browser? I'm not sure. Amazon doesn't tell us that data. But it's something, right? Something that we can kind of look at and dive deeper into. And the last metric on here that we can take a look at is missing, right? Where Amazon is unable to track it, or maybe it's just not available. 22% of my total transactions came from missing. We're going to circle back around on this. I just want to highlight this for right now so that it's up there on the screen. Whoops. So that it's up there, but we're going to circle back and maybe touch on some of the impacts. Okay, average item price, average commission. This is another thing that you can do on your Excel report. So whenever you download that Excel report, you can take a summary of all of your commissions and your summary of your revenue, which is the retail price, and get an average. And you can see right here, my average item price is $43.70. $43.70. Now that's a little bit lower. You can see here in August I was $49. In July I was $44. In June I was $46. So I've come down a little bit. And what that probably is that some of my higher ticket items that I was getting commissions for and we're bringing that average up, I no longer was getting commissions for during the month of September, right? Because the video placement was gone at the bottom, because, you know, their videos weren't being shown as much. There's more competition. You know, we're going to get into that. But just goes to show you that my average retail price, my average revenue per ticket item has gone down for September. And coincidentally, so has my average commission, $1.32, right? So, big reveal here. Let's see what we got for total monthly earnings. And I am at $5,747.03. That's for month 7 with the Amazon Influencer Program. Still a great month. I'm very happy with that. Is it down? Absolutely, it is. But if you can make, you know, $5,700 as a side hustle, right? As some extra income, I mean, that's a big deal to me. There's people out there that are making way more, and there's people out there that are struggling, and they're making way less. So I don't want to downplay that at all. I'm very, very happy with that, and I'm just continuing to move forward. So let's take a look here at a couple of these other metrics. So over here, what I have is some metrics about earnings per click, earnings per video, right? Earnings per day average, and earnings per video per day. So you have to kind of look at the entire column here to see, you know, how these metrics are doing. A big one here is earnings per day, right? So I'm averaging for the month of September $191.57 per day. Another metric that I really like is earnings per video, okay? So this can give you an idea of, on average, how much your videos are earning you. Obviously, you want your videos to earn you as much as possible, but that depends on competition and placement and commission rates and things like that. So at one time, I was earning $16.50 per video, okay? But now this month, September, I'm down $7.56 per month. That's like my second or third lowest. See, I was at $8, $9, $9. I'm down to $7.56. And that's probably because I'm putting up a lot more videos that aren't getting placement. September, a lot of my videos just weren't being shown, and so those that were are earning less on average than my total video count, okay? All right, guys, I went ahead and highlighted the September month all in red here. So these are all the figures we've already discussed, but you can see it a little bit better here, and you can kind of pause it and go back and look and see how it compared to other months. But now we're on conversions. Let's take a look here and see how I did. So for September, my conversion rate was 13.96%. That's a small improvement for last month, but still not great. I'd like to be 15% or higher. That's kind of my personal benchmark. I've talked about this a lot in my other videos, like what you can control with your conversion rates. I think you just have to make the best video you can, bring as much value so that that customer, after they watch your video, they don't want to go and watch someone else's. But if you're on a listing and there's 5 or 6 competitors, even if they're all crummy videos and yours is the best one, you're still going to have a lower conversion rate simply because that viewer has the option to watch another video. And as soon as they watch someone else's video, you lose that cookie and your conversion rates are going to go down. So anyway, 13.96%. Wasn't expecting high numbers for as crazy and volatile as September has been. So how about my lowest and highest days? How do we do here? So my lowest day for September was $82.99. Now look at this, my highest day, $401.29. Like I just had this random spike out of nowhere. So it just goes to show you the volatility that we had during the month of September. I mean, to dip below $100 is well below what I've been averaging. And then to get this random spike of $401, really, really strange. Again, you can go back and see here my average per day was $191.57, okay? Now I want to jump down here to this other table, all right? Let me open this up. So what I've done here is I've downloaded that data sheet that I discussed and ran some figures off of it to see which of my videos are contributing the most to my earnings, okay? So what I've done is I've sorted each price point, okay, of my products to determine how much I'm making off of them, how many total transactions it's contributing to, and what percentage of my revenue that is, okay? So it's really easy to do if you download that Excel sheet and you just kind of filter it out by your prices and things like that. But for all of my products that are $0 to $9.99, $0 to $10 basically, right? $10 or less, I made a total of $114.55 in commissions. Now I have a lot of those little inexpensive videos or inexpensive product videos on my page, as I'm sure a lot of you do, because that's what's around our house. That's what we have access to, you know, little tiny things, trinkets and things like that we can film quick videos on. But that's only 1.99% of my revenue. I mean, less than 2% of my revenue has come from those videos, okay? Only 10.66% of my transactions. So that'll make more sense here when I open up some of these other ones. But let's go to the next bracket here that I have, okay? So next I went to $10 to $49.99, all right? Basically, you know, $10 to $50 range, all right? Now, of all the videos I have in that price range, I've earned $1,910.28, okay? For 2,691 transactions. Remember, this is my total transactions over here, 4325. So 33% of my total revenue came from this $10 to $49.99 price range, all right? Or 62% of my total transactions, right? My total transactions over here. So obviously that is a big component right there. 33%, 1/3 of the money I made came from these $10 to $50 items. Let's take a look at the next one here. Okay, $50 to $100, right? $50 to $99. That made me a total of $1,590.36, 765 total transactions, right? 27% of my revenue, and 17.69% of my total transactions. So another big chunk of the money I've been making has come from this $50 to $99 range. But let's continue here, because this will kind of all tie it together. Stick with me. I know this is boring data stuff, but if you really want to kind of know your numbers, this is important. Okay, and then the last entry that I have here is items that were $100 or more. Okay, so $100 up to, you know, $1,000 or $2,000, whatever. I made a total of $2,131.84. Okay, 37.09% of my commissions, of my revenue, came from these $100 items, but only 10% of my total transactions. Okay, that is huge here. What I'm kind of trying to illustrate here with this, you know, sort of table is which of these product price points is moving the needle most for my business, right? Which is working the best for me so that I can work smarter and not harder. And it's very clear here, these higher price items that cost $100 or more, okay? They represent the vast majority of my commissions. 37.9% of all the revenue I've made has come from ticket items that are $100 or more, okay? And conversely, it's the lowest amount of transactions, probably because it's the lowest amount of videos that I have up. I don't have a ton of high ticket items, but if I wanted to move the needle, right? I want to find items, I want to source them or get my hands on items that are $100 or more, because it's clear that even with a low amount of total transactions, they're contributing the most to my revenue. And look at the flip side of that, okay? If we go down here to these $0 to $9.99 items, I can see, and I've got a ton of those up, I can see which one is doing the least to my business, okay? So if I'm spending all this time reviewing this little $5 item, and $8 item, and $7 item, how much did it make me at the end of the month? $114.55. Less than 2% of my total revenue came from those smaller ticket items. So, you know, everyone should be able to pull this data and manipulate it in a way so that you can see what's moving the needle for you. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize higher ticket items are going to contribute more to your revenue, but your numbers of percentage spread may be different. You can see here This $10 to $49.99 range is my second biggest contributor, 33%, but it's a lot of transactions, right? 62% of my total transactions, because that's probably the majority of the videos I have. That $10 to $50 range is a good sweet spot, a good price point where a lot of people have items in their house in that price range. They can afford to invest in items in that price range. And there's no doubt that that is a big component, but that's probably where there's a lot of competition too, right? Where is there going to be a little bit less competition? It's going to be on these higher ticket items. Which ones are going to make the most bang for my buck? If I have to take time out of my day to make a video or test a product or review a product, I'm going to be much wiser if I do it on these high ticket items that are going to really contribute to my revenue than doing 10 smaller items that only cost $0 to $9.99, because less than 2% of my revenue is coming from those. So if you're new, film everything you can. We're getting in a deep dive here to kind of like next level strategy to see where are my items actually moving the needle? Where should I reinvest? Where should I focus my energy? After I've reviewed everything I have, where should I focus my energy? And it's clear to me that these higher ticket items, $100 or more, you can get a lot more bang for your buck. You could spend less time filming and you're going to get higher commissions. And I'd encourage you guys to run these same figures yourself by downloading the report.
All right, so a couple other things here. Let's take a look at. So my total earnings with the program since I've started are $37,047.46. That's great. That's in 7 months of work. And projected yearly, that just kind of multiplies out this month's earnings to see what I would be making. It's about $69,000 business per year.
And then as always, I put some notes in to kind of reflect how did September went, what's my plan moving forward, and kind of go from there. So let's open that up and see what I wrote. Volatile, right? I think that summarizes September very well. There was no promos that I participated in for the month of September, so there's no increased commissions. I didn't get any incentives. I didn't get any kind of any promos. That's just the regular vanilla bread and butter commissions that I earned. First half of the month was crazy. Second half was consistent. So I don't have my graph. I can't show that. But I don't know about for you guys, but for me, the first half of September, the first few months were crazy. I had that low day of 82. I had a spike of 401. The last couple weeks of September, I kind of evened out to more of an average. It wasn't quite as volatile. One thing I noticed also is that my older videos started getting views and clicks, right? So I had some videos that I did from, way back here in March and April that I haven't really seen or heard of. And then all of a sudden, magically, I'm getting commissions by them. Whereas my new videos that I was putting up, some of my new videos weren't getting placed. Probably because they didn't have the video carousel, right? And that bottom video strip was removed. So some of my newer videos, I still haven't gotten any views or clicks on. But my older ones seem to have resurfaced. The last thing that I did was I actually invested in some products during the month of September. So I took $1,000, okay, of my earnings, and I invested into a bunch of products that I researched on Amazon. So the next few months, I'm planning on reporting that and kind of sharing that with you guys. But I took $1,000 and I went to Amazon in a bunch of different categories, and I bought, I think, somewhere around 25 or 30 different products, right? Some had video carousels, some didn't. Some were kind of, obvious, that they had a lot of potential. Other ones I thought, this might spike or really, blow up here in the next month or two. I've already filmed all the videos for those. Most of them were put up towards the end of September. And we're going to see here in October and November, did I earn my money back, right? So I'm $1,000 in the hole right now on these products. I've got to resell some of them. Some of them I'm going to keep. And I'll put up, a video where I can share how much I resold for, how much I've earned in commissions, how long it took me to earn my money back. So we're going to see how that pans out. It's a bit of a gamble, but, you've got to take some risks and kind of see where things go. So, all right, so let's summarize the month of September. It was absolutely volatile. Amazon made some changes. My revenue went down despite me putting up more videos. And I think that's the sentiment that a lot of people are going to report on and that we can all share. It's like we're still investing, we're still making videos, but the commissions are going down, things are dropping, it's not looking good. You got to kind of ride out the storm, and that's kind of what I plan on doing here through Q4. This is the worst time to quit. We just started October. We're about to ramp up into the busy shopping season. So even if things stay the way they are, video placements are taken away and things like that, the amount of shopping that's going to take place on Amazon, right? Just the amount of people that are going to be adding items to their cart, buying, the volume of traffic is going to increase. And I think that alone has the opportunity to offset this downside in earnings. But if Amazon changes things and brings back video carousels and we go back to how we were for a couple months ago, then it has the opportunity to absolutely blow up. So here's what I would recommend if you're watching this, what to do moving forward. Go back and download some of your previous month's reports, okay? Take a look at where your transactions are coming from. For me, it's clear in a way right here that the majority of my traffic and revenue is coming from desktop. That means I should prioritize making horizontal videos optimized for desktop. Inspire and vertical videos are going to take a back seat because the data shows me desktop is where I'm making my money. Next, I'm going to look at the product price, and that's what you should do too. Sort your items by price and see what percentage of revenue they're contributing to. I can see far and away that the $100 and up items that I've done video review for are the vast majority of the revenue that I have earned here in the past 30 days. 37% of the money I've made has come from $100 price items or more. That's where I should focus. That's what's moving the needle. Conversely, these smaller items, $0 to $9.99, an entire month, I only made $114, right? Less than 2% of my commission, right? If I have a limited amount of time and I have a limited amount of resources, I'm not going to focus on these because they're just not moving the needle, right? We want to make money. What's making me the most money? It's this item here, $100 and up, and then after that, it's that $10 to $50 price range, right? Which makes sense because people are more likely to watch a video on a higher priced item than they are a $5 or $6 little trinket, okay? So run that data yourself and take a look at things. See what kind of analytics, see what kind of information the data shows you, and it might kind of narrow your focus or remove some doubts so that you can kind of move forward on what's actually moving the needle for your business. The last thing that I want to say is I've just done a new video all about a secondary side hustle that I think if you're in the Amazon Influencer Program, you should really look into. So I'll put a link to that video right over there, right, where you can take a look at it and learn more about this, because I think people that are currently participating in the Amazon Influencer Program may have a competitive advantage in this program, right? They may have a chance to get accepted. It's a way for you to build a secondary source of income, which is going to allow you to weather these storms. All right, so if you've stuck with me this long, thank you very much. Please give this video a like. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd invite you to subscribe. I'm just sharing my journey on how I make money online. I hope it helps some of you out there. I hope this Q4 you absolutely kick ass. You make tons of money. You succeed in all areas of your life. Thank you very much for following along. Check out these videos, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.